Ciao. Huh? It's Eric D'Alessandro, and you're watching the Growing Up Italians podcast.
Grown Up Italian.
Growing Up Italian. Growing Up Italian podcast.
Growing Up Italian.
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 Growing Up Italian podcast.
Growing Up Italian.
Growing Up Italian.
Growing Up Italian podcast.
Growing Up Italian. Woo!
Hope so. I don't feel Italian enough to be here.
You don't feel Italian enough to be here.
We'll see. You guys are like from Italy, right?
Yeah, well, our parents were born there.
Yeah,
You're from San Italy.
Yeah,
Same
It's
thing.
basically Italian.
Bensonhurst and Bay Ridge. That's pretty Italian.
That's where you guys
That's
like
where
originally were from?
My parents, my grandparents are from America, so like,
So, generations.
So great grandparents were from Italy.
yeah.
So what is that? 4th generation?
Third, fourth.
I mean, I don't even know.
Oh no, who cares?
I can never be made.
We always talk with Cooch because he doesn't claim the Italian card either. Like he's like, I'm from America.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like I don't want to be like a poser. That's my only thing. I'm not trying to be like, I'm super proud to be Italian, but I don't want to be like, I'm always afraid the real Italians are gonna start challenging me on shit, and I'm like, oh.
They challenge.
Like
us
I love the
us.
Knicks. I never watched soccer in my life. The kids from Staten Island were rooting for Italy in the World Cup while America was still in it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
what are we doing?
You would root for America over
Of course.
Italy? Oh shit. Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to get
See, I
killed
pick
here.
and
but
choose
like,
my battles. Like I'll root for America when it's basketball, and I'll root for Italy when it's soccer.
that's
Gotta
crazy.
go for the juggernauts.
That's
you know?
crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice though. You know,
Because they're good. They actually
But-
win.
I've seen Italy. I always say this, but the first time I really realized, like, okay, we're from Italy, or our family's from Italy, is during these soccer games. Like in 1998, like then when Italy won the World Cup in 2016, I was like, all right, I'm Italian. You know, like celebrating in the middle of the street when we won.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I loved those videos a couple years ago. I also we fought them in World War II.
Yeah, I mean, well, we didn't. Our great grandparents.
I'm just saying, like,
But that's true though, because that's why a lot of Italians didn't associate with being Italians for like those years, and we always talk about, but that's how like people start saying gravy instead of sauce.
I've never met anyone who called it gravy. Do you guys call it gravy?
No,
Oh, okay.
but Sopranos, and there are people that do say gravy though. You never met anyone that said gravy.
No,
I know like 2 or 3.
Really.
Well, if that's from
Yes, 100%.
That's
from doing this.
That's because they want to sound like they're Italian.
I tell them the story, the gravy story.
Oh yeah, so she worked at a
A diner.
diner on Staten Island, Woodrow Diner. Doesn't get more Staten Island than the South Shore of Staten Island.
Woodrow, huh?
And some kid came in, and she was a
I don't
waitress.
think he asked. I think
The parents said he wants pasta with gravy. So she brought him pasta with gravy.
I put brown gravy on it. That's what
And the
gravy
parents
is.
were like,
"What is this? This is not what he ordered."
and I was like, well, who calls it? It's like you could call it, you can call a fork a schmoogie bear, but I don't know that it's that. Like, what the fuck? Everybody has their little names for things. Like, they call their, like Sebastian has a great bit about that. They call their grandfather Pee-Pee.
Oh, Pui a memoir.
Yeah, it's like, he's Pee-Pee. So yeah, did we start?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh
We're
shit,
rolling.
sorry.
We're rolling.
We usually start the pod by just talking. And
I like that.
We do the
Yeah,
introduction afterwards.
Very Joe Rogan.
But I've been watching you for a long time. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
And I
buddy.
remember your original videos on YouTube, Marie Sweet 16.
Marie. The reason why it's Marie, I've never gotten a chance to say this to anyone. I don't know if anybody gives a shit. They probably don't. But just for my own sake, like, how many girls with the middle name Marie do you know?
A lot.
A billion.
Least 10. At least
Exactly.
10.
Her middle name is Marie. My mom's Anne Marie. My sister's Lisa Marie. So the joke was, I was 19 when I made that. But my joke was like, even if the girl's name is Maria, her middle name legally still has to be Marie. So she's Marie.
Yeah.
Just to make it as dumb as possible. So yeah, that was you didn't see that back in the day though, right?
No, I did.
Oh, you
bro.
did really?
I did.
That
bro.
was
That was in our group
That was
chat.
2009.
That was in our group chat.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
It was 2009 because I literally rewatched it yesterday.
Nice.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm talking to Eric tomorrow. I got to bring up Marie. So I had to refresh my memory.
Yeah.
So it's basic. I want to know, where exactly did you film this video? Because it looks like you put like a bed sheet up.
There was
and
that was like destiny. Like my brother worked for a DJ company on Staten Island, as everybody has to legally before the age of 25. It's like going into getting called to the army. On Staten Island, you have to work for a DJ company. So my boy Vinny, who I went to high school with, they all worked together at this company, and I was cool with everybody there. He was setting up at a Sweet 16 that night, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna come and film this thing before anybody gets there. And I would have been nervous. I don't think it would have been that good because people would have been watching me, and I'm a super shy guy, and people don't really know that. But my computer, like, I've had the strangest problem with my computer that I've never seen before. So I got nervous. I had to bring it to the Apple store. I'm like, yo, I have to reschedule. And then I'm like, I should just film it here. So I just asked my mom. She gave me a bunch of like sheets, and I made my basement look like that. But my brother Brian had like his DJ equipment in the basement. He had a microphone, and he just cued the songs using the same songs every girl used. And that was so much fun, man. Like, I've done cool shit since then, but like that'll still be the most fun thing, I think. Like, seeing people like enjoy it was really cool. And it was
that the first piece of content
that was the first thing that I noticed
got a reaction?
People other than my friends find this stuff funny. That was kind of cool to be like, because I thought that before we started recording, we were talking briefly about Staten Island and how there's a north and a south of Staten Island.
Yeah.
It's very much like the Civil War, where the north is the north and the south is the south. I've never seen a black family in the South Shore. I've seen black people, but I've never seen a mom, dad, and kids. Like, it's very much the Mason-Dixon line, and it's very like Italian and white on the south. And that's where like the mob wives and all that stuff is. So like I was kind of poking fun at like my friends who lived on the south with the white BMW and they get the Bugatti, like all that stuff. And I thought they were gonna hate my guts. I thought they were gonna be like, fuck this kid. Like he's making fun of us. Cause like we do, like, Staten Islanders will say South Shore, North Shore, like it's a thing, even though it's not. But like that was the joke, kind of. And I thought I was gonna get hated for it. The fact that people liked it, who were on sanitation, who did have a side apartment, who did have a Lamborghini truck in the driveway. I thought they were gonna hate my guts for calling them out on it, but they liked it. So I was like, all right.
They're like, yeah, representation.
That's me, bro. Yeah,
that's great. So after that, because at that time, I don't think Instagram, you were allowed to put videos up.
Oh no,
it was just photo.
Instagram wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing yet, right?
It wasn't even invented. No, it was
because I remember specifically seeing it on YouTube, and I want to ask, what was the next steps after that video? Where
I've always wanted to do writing, comedy, acting, music. I've just been a very creative kid, and we're probably around the same age. I'm born in 90. Are you guys around?
Yeah, you're my age.
Okay, cool. So
he's a little younger than us. He's 5 years younger.
95. 95. Damn, good for you.
You look younger than me.
Good for you. That's such a Staten Island thing. Good for you.
Oh, damn, that sound like that.
Happy and healthy. Happy and healthy.
Good for you. You look nice. Tell your mother I
Like,
said hi.
I'm going to Florida next week. Oh, good for you.
Oh, it's also could be like, oh, good for you. I mean, like it's not that nice.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah.
So, what the hell? What were we saying? I don't know what the fuck we were talking about.
The Facebook.
Oh yeah, no. So
YouTube.
I've always wanted to do shit like that, and like our generation, I feel like the millennials were like, we got stuck in this weird in between stage where like old Hollywood was sort of like going away and kind of like getting out of our reach, and this new wave of like
content creators.
Yeah, and I was like stuck in the middle, being like, shit, should I go over here? Should I go over here? So I had one foot in like the future, but didn't trust it enough because it was so new, and one foot in the past, but wasn't dedicated to that either. So I wasn't making progress on either, and that's kind of why I'm 34 and not 24, because it took me forever to like realize what the hell I was supposed to do, and so I made mistakes. Like that video blew up, but only really very locally, and I really wanted to, like, my dream was that like someone from Comedy Central or MTV would want to like I could do my own Chappelle show or something.
Like sketch comedy.
Sketch comedy, yeah. And then I did another one on World Star Hip Hop a couple years later, which was like me doing impersonations of rappers. And that
went viral too.
That blew up on World Star. You guys remember World Star Hip Hop?
Yeah. They're still around.
Yeah, they're probably on
his Drake video. I think that was like
that was the first video we posted.
That was huge. Yeah. And I got a manager from that. It's just been like this weird, like I said, I think because the internet was going crazy and like traditional media was kind of falling. I was still stuck in the middle for so long and trying to figure out what the hell that was. But like after that video, I was like, all right, what the hell? What do I do next? And I did a bunch of these like funny like remixes of songs that would make fun of Staten Island girls, and those did really well. And I had a manager, and she had me. I was doing UCB and improv class and like all this stuff, acting classes. And then like I don't know, it had like this. She wanted me to like go to like she really wanted me to get on SNL, which is funny because she was like, this is in 2012. She's like, I'm telling you, they're gonna love that you're from Staten Island. They're gonna love your voice. You're gonna do it. I promise. Just listen to me. And I was going to DJs, hooking up with girls. I'm like, yeah, I'll get there. And I blew her off and just didn't care. But and then they cast Pete Davidson, and she was like, I told you.
That's crazy.
So you could have been Pete Davidson?
That's my own. That's how I tell
a running
myself.
joke?
I
Yeah,
tell
it's
myself
crazy.
I should have dated.
That could have been me.
That's like Mario Bosco with Tony Soprano.
Oh really?
No.
I met Mario Bosco before.
Yeah?
He's been at my shows in Long Island.
He wanted to be here to meet you. Again.
I met
again.
I know him.
Yeah, of course.
But
So
yeah,
we're producing Mario Bosco's podcast.
Oh, nice.
We had Lisa Ann, Nems, and today we released an episode with Charles Oakley.
Oh shit.
So the guest's been like crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's like 4 for 4.
Wow,
Yeah,
Charles Oakley.
it's so fun. Did he ever try to open up for you anywhere?
Definitely.
That's like another thing he does. Like
I think James wouldn't let him. Yeah, I think maybe at Governor's in Long Island.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know if he does stand up, but he does.
he does stand up and stand ins.
Stand in.
So if they needed the lights right for you or something, like,
Yeah. Yep.
I'll never forget, Eric. The first time I not formally met you, but saw you,
Yeah.
was when you did the Justina Valentine video. And I could tell you take
movie.
the movie.
Oh yeah.
I could tell you take your work very seriously, and like you said, you're a little shy. You keep to yourself because you were like locked in. So I was like, oh, I want to go say hi, introduce myself, but I feel like you were like laser focused.
You were there?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to throw you
they had a
off.
little background part with
Yeah, it was like
Fetty,
a very
with Fetty Wap.
minuscule.
We were all like family there, but that's why I was cool with him. Everybody,
Yeah.
that was a great experience. You definitely could have said something to me.
Nah, but you were like locked in. So I was like, all right, you know what? He's got a big role.
Rocco's intimidated by you.
No.
Because
I've gotten that from people that do. I've asked my wife sitting off camera, but I don't know if like Sebastian Maniscalco has a similar thing where I don't know if I look unapproachable or if I come across like that.
Yeah.
It's not true. I'm always like, this is where I think the Italian American thing is. My mother, her family's where I get most of my like physical features of being Italian from. And my mom is very like, don't bother anyone. You're always bothering someone. So like growing up, I was always like, I just keep to myself. Don't bother anyone. Just try to like, so I'm always just trying to be out of the way. And, but yeah, I wish you would have said something to me. I don't even know that was a fun thing.
It was in the dance party scene with Fetty Wap. Rocking a couple moves.
He was high as shit, fucking up his words and stuff.
Yeah. It took a few takes.
Yeah. That was fun, man. That was a great time. The dinner scene was. Were you there for that? For the table thing?
No, I wasn't.
That was a lot of fun.
she filmed the scene downstairs where Vinny Pastore owned the
Oh, that's
store.
right. That's right. Yeah.
With Vinny from the Jersey Shore, and
Oh, very cool.
they were buying the bacala here for the Christmas dinner. But yeah, that was like a dope, like Italian American moment. That movie.
Hell yeah.
It's like seeing that on VH1. Like,
yeah, that was.
what
great,
we
man.
celebrate that the whole world could see it. And I think that's why we're here today, because you've been doing that. Even though you say, "Oh, I'm not off the boat," you are very Italian American, and
Oh yeah.
your wide reach. Everybody loves that kind of comedy. We were talking about SNL, like you mentioning SNL, the Maria Mogi stuff. You were playing like all these characters.
Dude, I still believe that could be a cartoon.
Yes.
I'm trying to get that.
It is,
made.
bro. It is.
I really believe in it. I'm so passionate. It's one of the favorite things I've ever done. I don't think you have one of like the backhanded compliments I get is like, which I love. I mean, I'm also just I have anxiety issues and I'm a fucking psychopath. But people like, and anybody gives me a compliment, I take it as an insult. So like someone they'll come to my shows and be like, "We had an incredible time. We're from Staten Island, so we loved it." So I'm thinking, does that mean if you're not from Staten Island, you can't love it? Why the fuck did you say that? And I believe, like I've done shows everywhere where there was, and this last trip I had like 5 or 6 shows, maybe more than that, in California. and I'm getting less screams when I say Staten Island. And it's not that I don't want to support Staten Island. It's just that I'm happy to see that I'm growing outside of it. And the Maria Mogi thing, just besides the accents, that's all that makes it Staten Island. There's
It's
just
whatever's.
yeah, the storylines are real shit. It's about planning a Mother's Day or like, you know, gender reveals.
The hashtag for
the wedding hashtags. Like that's everywhere.
It's so true. It's so
I love
accurate.
telling it through our lens because I find Staten Island. I'm so obsessed with Staten Island because I don't feel like I'm from there. I'm born and raised there, but I look at it like, what the fuck is going on here?
As just observing it, right?
Yeah, when those girls started, that's a real thing. That is a real thing. I don't know how many people, like I have some older fans who are like in their 50s and 40s. They'll say, I grew up on Staten Island, no one talked like that. I'm like, if you meet a girl from 35 younger, they do this interesting thing. I'll never forget the first time I heard it. My brother Brian had girls come over. He's 7 years older than me, so I was like 7. He was like 14. In the summer, and they were from the South Shore of Staten Island. And I swear to God, because I never heard girls that talk like that. We were sitting around, they were bored. She was like, "What are we doing?" And I was like, "What the fuck? Was that a?" What? No one thought she was strange. I'm like, that was the strangest way to hear someone speak, and I was so enamored by it. I always thought it was so interesting, and it just grew from there. Like, I mean, and I always thought they would hate me for it, but they turned out to like I tortured her with how she spoke for. I guess I still do it. Oh yeah.
I couldn't tell your accent though. Is it bad?
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better.
Say coffee.
Coffee.
Oh,
Okay,
coffee.
There it is.
It's not even that. That's like very New York. It's like the other stuff that she'd be like, I don't know. Some of them are really like. Do I have to talk?
I gotta go get the prosciutto.
Yeah.
Go to Pastosis.
Yeah, it's adding S to things that don't have S.
Prosciutto.
You know, I gotta go to YMCA's later. She heard a woman say Zara's. She's like, all right, I'll meet you at Zara's. Like, where are you? What? Is this like? Do you know Zara? This is like a mom and pop shop.
The biggest difference between Staten Island Italians and I guess Brooklyn and Queens Italians is you guys really hit the Jersey Shore hard. And that, you know, watching Maria Mogi yesterday, there was a skit you did about the Shore House.
Yeah.
How you have to be on 18th and not 16th. For me, I never been to the Jersey Shore.
Oh,
and
really?
I do want to go at least once.
Where do you go? Where do you go in the summer?
Like Hamptons or Montauk.
That's
You know?
bougie.
He's a classy guy.
I don't go that often. I'm not saying I
Excuse
go.
me.
I'm not saying all the time. But I'm saying people from this part of Brooklyn, Queens, would go to the Hamptons, and then people from like Bay Ridge, Staten Island, they'll go.
Yeah, I knew
to
girls
Memorial
from
Day
Bay
weekend.
Ridge that would go to
Yeah.
DJs too, which is a trek for them. But
But what did it mean to have a good house
so
like, in that part?
so DJs is on 18th. Is that where it is? I don't even know.
In the video, you
If
were
it's on
saying we
18th?
got to be close to 18.
It's on the water. DJs is on the water. It's like if the Jersey Shore, I don't know how they did that show, but like the real people, whatever they call. I mean, I'm assuming DJs didn't want to let them film there, but that's probably where like Vinny and all them went in real life. Probably was DJ. That's like the real place people go.
But they didn't go to DJs on the show.
No, they went to Seaside.
Yeah.
DJs is in
Seaside Heights.
DJs is in Belmar.
Oh, okay. So see, how far is Seaside from?
They're not far, 20, 30 minutes maybe. It's just more south Seaside.
I've seen like other creators. Our boy Ferrara, he was saying he does like a lot of content around DJs.
Yeah.
And he was saying like he was doing a skit about, oh, we can't get a house at Manasquan because we're not going to be cool.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I mean, I only like, I bummed off my brother's house. I never actually had a house there. But that's apparently like, I'm just making fun of like the people who like have to care about what people think about them. And like, who gives a shit? Like I slept in my car when I went to DJs. I didn't give a shit. But yeah, that's like the whole thing. Have you gone to?
No.
Oh, really? Where are you guys from?
Here.
Yeah, this
Williamsburg?
area.
Yeah.
You still live around here?
Yeah, I do. He doesn't.
I live in Howard Beach. I bought a house 4 years ago, but
Oh, nice.
I grew up here, and I'm still here every day. So yeah,
That's dope. That's
Growing
dope.
up here, we would
Howard
go to-
Beach is like a small.
I
Staten
know what Howard
Island.
Beach is.
Yeah.
What murder?
How you doing, Beach?
Yeah, I know.
That'll do it. Yeah.
But yeah, like instead of going to Hamptons, we would go to Astoria.
Nice.
Or Hampton, like that would be where we would go. Like
go to
Hamptons, we
Coney
go
Island?
once in a while.
You ever go to Coney
Central?
Coney Island. We ever go to Coney Island? No. There was a
Island? Far Rockaway?
for the beach, like in Howard Beach, we'll go to Rockaway to eat at What's that place we go all the time? I forget.
What's End?
Woods End.
I don't
You hang out in
Williamsburg people don't leave Williamsburg.
Yeah,
if they
that's
do,
so
it's just to the
That's
city.
the same thing. The same
They're a
thing.
little
Staten Island,
spoiled.
Jersey
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, I know people who won't leave their street.
Yeah, but it evolved a lot. Like growing up, I went to high school in Astoria. Nobody knew Williamsburg. Then once we're like old enough to go out, everybody would come out here to, all these bars on the North End. But yeah, it was a major, major change. So what made you say, okay, let me move from Staten Island to LA? Because you're saying how much you admire Staten Island, and I feel your content is so Staten Island driven.
Yeah.
That what made you say like, okay, let me take this chance and move to LA?
I wanted to move to LA when I was 21. I just didn't have the balls to do it. I remember I was going to drop out of school. I took a semester off. My mom was furious. I was like, I'm moving, and I just didn't do it. And for me, it was more of like I had to just get out of my parents' house. For some reason, like writing comedy and doing skits in my dad's house when I was 26, I was like, what are you doing, dude? And then like if you move out and you're doing it, then it's like you're pursuing a passion. So that's kind of what happened. Like I kind of reached the end where I was like, all my momentum went away, all my following went away, everything went away.
You mean
like
what do you mean by went away?
So like when you heard about Maria Sweet 16, right? And then I had Drop It Low, which was my viral like world star video, and then I did like other things, and then I stopped working with this manager who wanted to get me on SNL because I was just being young or whatever, and so we stopped working together. And then I'm like, I'm gonna give this stuff a break for a while. I really tried hard to make it in music, and nobody gave a shit.
You actually pursued it.
Yeah,
You rapped?
I rap, but I also love playing the guitar. I like singing. I play the piano. I was all over the fucking place. That's why. It was like, what are you? And I'm like, I don't know. So I kind of like took a back seat for a while. I'm like, let's see what happens. And I got a job at Newark Airport. I was working for the Port Authority. And then I was like, this is not it. I had a horrific anxiety breakdown where I'm like, I worked with this guy who was like 60. I just saw my future. I was like, I gotta get the...
How long were you doing that for?
I lasted 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
I think you say like three
Yeah,
years.
I thought you were in there for like a year or two.
So I was 24, worked there, had a monumental breakdown, and it was really dark. And so then after that, I was just lost. I remember I tried to post online, and it was the first time no one gave a shit. No one recognized me in public anymore. Anytime I go anywhere on Staten Island, someone says something to me, and no one was saying anything. I'd post, and I was just like, I lost it. It's gone. Like it was gone, and I didn't know what the hell to do. I started doing. That's when I started doing open mics in the city, and I was just like, let me just see if maybe stand up is the way for me. I just tried a million different things, and then nothing worked. I got another manager from LA. He would send me self tapes. I tried that for years. I got a little part in a movie and all bullshit stuff, and then it was just kind of like I don't know what else to do. Like I have to. You reach a point where like you have to either go for it or not go for it. And the FDNY called me to join the FDNY the week I moved to LA. And I remember telling her, I'm like, this is it. Either we're moving and I'm jumping and see what happens, or I'm going to be a fireman. And what is it? And I moved. And once I got there, I got everything back like literally almost immediately. Because it was just like, I felt like my energy was just like, it's this or you're homeless. And I needed that. Because at my house, my mom's typical Italian mom. Literally making me cookies, cooking for me.
Doing your laundry?
Doing my laundry. She thinks way worse. But like the only thing she didn't do was like clean my room. But everything, I mean, I'm 27. I moved when I was 28. And I'm like, I'm a fucking failure. Loser. What are you doing? So like, my mom's the best too. Like she believed in me, and my dad too. Like they were like, just as long as you're trying something, but like you gotta make, like you're gonna be 30 soon. And I was like, what am I doing? So the move to LA was just like my Hail Mary of like, let's see if there's anything here. And yeah.
So what were you doing once you moved to LA? Were you working part-time somewhere to pay the bills?
I had a little savings, which wasn't much. And then I started, I had like a little reel, because I was like a full-time editor before. I would edit videos. That's what I did for work when I was younger. And I sent out a bunch of reels. I started working with this guy, editing weddings. I went to a couple weddings when I first worked there, made some money, going to open mics, posting a shit ton on Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna post a video every day on Instagram. I think I did 3 times a week. That's probably what I did. And I just started getting momentum back. People started. I did the Marie character I brought back for her wedding. I made her wedding video, which was just very like, again,
Full circle moment.
poking fun at like the wedding videos we see, which they're reading the letter to their husband or whatever the fuck. They're super awkward. These kids, these construction workers are like, oh, Angela, thank you for being my best friend. And they're just incredible. So, yeah. And then not even a year. We moved in, we got our apartment March 5th, January of 2019. I put tickets on sale at a restaurant in Staten Island, and like 150 tickets sold out in like 15 minutes.
Sick.
And then we added.
Was that the first time where you saw that you had potential in stand-up?
Oh yeah, I was terrified. I had never done an hour before. I just made up an hour. I just made it up. I wrote it.
But you pre-wrote everything though, like you.
Yeah. It was kind of like a skit I saw that did like I had one of my biggest bits in the beginning, and it still did like really well on Instagram and stuff that I in my special started then. It was like when I moved to LA, that's when I started to feel really Italian. When I'm on Staten Island, I'm like, oh, I'm not that Italian because I got this guy sweating gabagool. But when I'm in LA, I was like, I felt like fucking Joe Pesci and my cousin Vinny because there's no boar's head. There's no, you say hero. They think you're talking about Martin Luther King.
Spider-Man.
They don't know what the hell a hero is. So like, I was like, that's when I started to feel really like I missed the culture of, just, and that I came up with this bit that's like, are we white? I think a lot of Italians say that jokingly, or because I would meet white people.
There's a book, I think we have it somewhere over there, but it's called Are Italians White?
Yeah,
somewhere there,
somewhere in that.
And I've gotten some shit for that before, for people being like a Mexican kid in Austin one time yelled something out, like he was like offended by it. I'm like, it's a joke, but I am Sicilian, so my people aren't we're not even looked at as white from Italians.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff started to build, and that was in my videos already. Mm-hmm. So I would see like, oh wow, that had a really good reaction. So I made that minute video on Instagram like 10 minutes, and then it grew from another video, and I kind of like I started putting together the pieces of like videos that did really well, and I would like combine them to be. It took years. It took years to work out. The first shows people probably came to were probably like, this kid sucks, but they still killed. Like the Drake ending that I have, the Italians White, the church bit, all that stuff was the first time I ever did stand up. The Drake airline thing that I close my shows with, I still do it because people like it. That was my first open mic that I ever did. So like, it's all been there. You just have to go through the process of really shit gigs to get it good,
Was there one defining moment for you, or was just being consistent all those years?
Good question.
Wound up being rewarding,
or at least to you, a defining moment where you said like, okay, this is it. I'm good.
Well, I still don't feel that way. I don't think I'll ever.
And it's not a bad thing because you do a lot. Like you were saying, singing, all that stuff. People all the time tell us like, okay, what are you guys? Are you a social media page? Are you a podcast? It doesn't really hurt to do every day.
Yeah, no, that's true. It can when you like don't have a main, like that's why I'm appreciative of stand up, and even though people may not know me like that, they may think you're a freaking they can make fun of me all they want, say you're a TikToker, whatever they want to say. I don't give a shit. I file taxes as a stand-up comedian. That's the only way I make money.
Yeah.
So that is my priority. I have to make sure that's the best. Once I have a North Star, the other stuff could be fun and make clips online, but like that's what I have to focus on. And once I was able to put all my eggs in one successful basket, then I felt like, all right, well, if anything else happens, I have to focus on this the most. Mm-hmm. And like a defining moment, I would say, I think it was just moving to Los Angeles. That was really it. Like we talk about that all the time, how that was like a clear bridge from like the past to the future. Everything changed. And
it's almost like going away to college. You learn how to do laundry.
Oh yeah, dude. It was a huge moment and again, it didn't have to be LA. It could I had to just get out of my parents' house. It was imperative for me as a man, as an adult, to learn how to swim on your own without the floaties. Mm-hmm. And it was just like that's what I did 24/7 Whereas before it was like, I don't know, it was weird to like, I was in like a depressed state where I didn't feel like I should be doing this. It's like, because I felt like I was playing. When I was home with my parents, I felt like a loser doing it. Whereas when I was in LA and I was like, all right, I'm paying my bills and this is what I'm passionate about. And then I would see people out, like she made a lot of friends there and we'd go out to like bars and all of them wanted to be actors, directors and yada, yada. I'm like, what are you doing at this bar then? Why are you here? Like I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. That's all I did was focus on writing comedy, making a video, going to an open mic. And I didn't have friends. I didn't have hobbies. There was nothing I did. And I think that was when I realized, like, especially when people started to come back and my followers started to grow. And then I had fans from like Chicago and Michigan and all over the place. I was like, this is crazy. Once that happened, I felt like that was like, you know, but I mean, I'm not doing the garden or anything, but that's what I said. Like, that's what I mean by, I still don't feel like I'm anywhere yet, but
that's the goal, right?
I don't even know what the goal is, honestly. I want to write and create stuff. That's like the Maria Mogi thing. That's my like. Yeah. If I could have one thing go right, and I had a cartoon, kill me. That's fine. That's good.
I would love to. That would be. I would watch.
I love doing the voices. I love writing them. I write them with the last ones I did. I never even released all of them, but I did it with my friend Joe. The last couple.
So is that how the creative process is? You and Joe sit down and you basically write the whole.
The first like I don't know. 15 or something I did alone, but he would always hit me up and be like, yo, Joey should do this, and I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. So we wrote the last, I didn't finish them because they're just a lot of work and it's kind of annoying, and like I said, I have to focus on stand-up and my shows and everything, but we wrote like 10 that are really good, and he's really good at he just gets that show. Like he hit me up one day, he was like, we should have.
You know where I can get a fresh quality pizza with the freshest ingredients? I'm talking like homemade dough, pecorino romano grated in-house.
Of course.
Where?
Cuz Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza and Wings. That coal fire is at the heart of who they are.
Oh, they're that spot that's located all in the Northeast, and they have a bunch in Florida, right?
Yep.
Man, I love when you have a good recommendation for once.
Crispy, crunchy, savory, and sweet. Order what you want on Uber Eats.
Listen, guys, from now to the end of the year, December 31st, on the Uber Eats app, you go to Anthony and Son Panini shop, and you get a nice $25 off.
When you use the code Panini.
You got to use the code Panini.
Terms apply. See app for details. We're very excited to announce a long-term partnership with DeSoto Gastronomia out from Australia. These guys got a really, really interesting restaurant concept where all their profits go to all these Italian charities.
DeSoto has a very interesting story. So they're first generation Italian Australians.
They're basically us in Australia.
DeSoto was created in their parents' and grandparents' honor so that they can pay their legacy forward. 100% of their proceeds goes to people in need, charities, and the arts.
DeSoto will be supporting us this year, so you know the content's going to be even better.
Bro, and who knows? Maybe at some point we're going to have to take a trip down under, huh?
I was always curious how the Italian Australians made food.
It's time we find out.
He was like, yo, I just did this word generator. And if he gives me any 2 words, he said Lorenzo, washing machine. And I said, we should make Lorenzo make an Elio's pizza in the dryer. And Nicole flips out on him because he's like, it's hot. It's the same thing. And I like, just the stupidest fucking idea. Or like the cricket wars, which is one we did, where like they had 2 cricket businesses. The girls were like going at it. And but Joe's got his ear to the streets. He kind of knows what people. I don't work. He's an electrician, so he's in these unions, and he like in the city doing, and he'll hear an incredible thing a guy said. He'll text me it, and I'll think of something to do with that. So, but yeah, if
he has his ears in the streets.
He's in the streets, man. He's in the streets, as they say.
He knows what people are complaining about.
Yeah. So if I could do anything, it would be to make that. I have a movie that I wrote, like that'll ever get made. I have an idea for like a series. So now when like I have these meetings with people, at least I have something I want to do. Because in the past it was like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'll do anything. I don't give a shit. But now I have like my point of view and so yeah, I guess that would be the goal.
You still do the Maria Emojis?
I want to.
I haven't seen one in a while.
No, I know I haven't. And you know what it was, man? I got in my head when like the other ones did really well, and then I re-released a new season, and I guess not enough people saw them, and I was like, this isn't worth the work.
Lost a little traction, so you got
because I wasn't consistent with them. Like, they
You
went
never
away for
had
like
someone
years.
featured on that? On any of those things? Like a guest coming in as a character or something?
No, I never have. I try to have other people do voices, and I'm too much of a prick director. I'm like, you're not saying it correctly.
Oh, you like that?
My friend Joe is supposed to be this old guy. I'm like, Joe, I'm sorry, you just can't do this.
The same guy that was helping you with ideas, right?
Yeah.
All right, no.
Yeah,
You're
he's a good
but
writer.
no.
I'm like, you're a writer, Joe. Let's just. But I'm also just. That's not how you're supposed to direct people. I guess horrible.
Are you a
but,
perfectionist?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Too much.
How long does it take to edit your videos?
My videos are nothing. Those take me those are very quick. But the Maria Mogi is like, I have to do each character one at a time. We had a second season. I think I might have done 2 of them. And it got so good, man. I had an affair with Aunt Donna. Like it was getting
Unreleased.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna put them out because I'm trying to
should.
I'm gonna finish.
Because if
those.
you know, you know. You know what I mean? And if you don't, then hopefully they'll...
You're right. No, I know you're right.
The
I just
OGs know. Like that.
yeah. No, you're right.
That's how I know Eric Balsanjo.
Oh, really? That's how you heard about it?
Yeah, because all those videos were spiraling, especially during COVID. It was like...
Yeah,
that's what it was.
You know what I mean?
think that's what it was.
Those made all
probably.
our family group chats. They were going nuts.
I know. Yeah, I gotta just do them. I had so much fun. I also feel like I don't know. I looked to hire an animator for a little while because I'm like, anybody could do these really on their phones, but nobody is. I was just in my head about it.
You know what it is at that time too, though? What is it? Bitmojis? What are they called?
I don't even know.
Now they're pushing them heavy.
Animojis?
Yeah.
Now they're pushing them heavy.
Now? I was saying
Yeah.
then it was
Apple's
hot.
been trying. It's been 6
Now
years.
it's like
They're
if
not-
somebody
they're
sends me an emoji, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just
Yeah.
send me a voice note at that point.
not- yeah, no, I don't think anybody really uses them.
I think in
yeah.
group chats we were like making fun of each other.
How you
Like,
doing?
I would make one of Rocco and be like,
Yeah, how
and
long
someone
ago?
make it-
I made
This
one of
has to be like 4
Sabino's
years
face.
ago, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
hold on, I
It was
got
like a
pulled
new
up.
thing. You played with it, and then that's it. Like every other
Then
toy.
some of us would be D. Nicola. Like some of us would be our uncle. We'd be like, I'll fucking smack him.
Yeah.
sweetheart. How the fuck is going on over here? Well, I got to pull up Sabino's now. Because I made one for like
It
everybody.
probably
in the
looks
family.
like you.
I'm very easy. Bald, beard, earrings. Yeah, I
so-
could see it with an animator that it would work though.
Yeah, I've also had like I met with this team to pitch it. Animation's apparently a bitch to do.
With AI
see.
now, it's easier.
Dude, 100%.
You know,
It could probably get made.
like you have the
with that.
guy, you have the characters made, and then the AI moves their mouth. You know,
100%. Yeah,
there's definitely tech. There's definitely.
I don't have
technology.
access to it yet, and I don't have a resource like that. But I'm sure that in the next couple of years, that'll be
Yeah, that's the
easy
future.
to do. 100%.
So, how does it feel to move back to Staten Island? Do you love it?
I really do. Yeah, it's all of the like. We thought about it for a while when we moved to LA, and it was still like survival mode. I was like, I didn't think I'd ever go back there. And then once I started working full time and she was able to quit her job, I was like, we could go anywhere. But we were like, I don't think it's time to go back yet. I don't know if we can go back yet. Like I looked at apartments in New Jersey. I thought maybe Bayonne. I thought about the city. And I was like, I don't know yet. Not yet. And then we went to Austin because it was just like, I wanted a bigger place. And I realized with the internet, you could live anywhere. You could
Yeah.
literally live anywhere. And there was kind of a cool scene for a little while in Austin. The comedy scene was kind of booming a little bit. So that was a cool thing. We did that for 2.5, almost 3 years. And then I got passed at the Comedy Cellar, which is a comedy club in Manhattan.
That's where everybody goes, by the way.
It's
right?
a big deal for a comedian to be able to, because you can't just pop in. You have to like audition and get passed. And that was a big deal for me. And then once I got that, I'm like, all right, that's a big enough reason for me to go back. And I wasn't gonna go to Manhattan. It's just I'm not spending $800 billion on 7 square feet.
Yeah.
And then it was like, let's see. If it sucks, we won't stay here. But we found a really great place in my neighborhood, brand new, and it's that my neighborhood's kind of old, so we really liked it, and it's been great because I haven't really been dealing with any of the nonsense I thought I would. I thought maybe it would be like interruptions from family or whatever other bullshit, but it's just been all the positives. Really, no negative yet. We'll see.
Did you soft launch that you're there, or is this like a hard launch now?
I did like an announcement that I moved to Austin, and then I was like, that was so dumb. Nobody gives a shit what you're doing, Eric. Like, you're nobody. You're not Beyonce. Like, I think every millennial thinks that they're important because that's the generation.
I just want everybody to know I moved over here.
Yeah, I had like, with all due respect, God bless with your kids, but like, you're not the CEO of Jamba Juice. We don't need it. We don't need a press release that you're pregnant. Everybody has like just a little something we did, and they're on a beach with a fucking sonogram as if
that's so corny.
As if they're gonna make the front page. Like, oh my God, did you see Christina and Mike having a baby? It's like, just tell your mom.
Rock.
I'm on the. This is probably the first time I said it on camera, but I'm expecting child.
Oh my God!
His wife.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations! That's a nice.
I didn't want to
classy
do
thing.
that at all, but she did like want a like sonogram video.
Yeah, of
but it
course.
wasn't like us like cuddling.
Listen.
And, like, it was just the
Listen.
sonogram. You
They
know?
didn't like make balloons come out of the box
Here's the
or,
thing.
or,
Nothing
or
crazy.
punt the football.
Here's the thing. I get enough fucking attention. So like, for me to do it just seems like a little egregious. My whole thing is like, I don't mind people doing it. I just come from a mental health aspect where like I talk to a therapist bi-weekly. I have trouble. So I notice when I can see it manifesting in others, I try to say, that's not good for you. This is not the answer. You have something that you want attention, and it's not good to get that through your children. It's not good to get that. Like, I've seen girls milk. They fucking squeeze that rag. They got engaged, and they literally will squeeze that fucking thing to get every drop. It's like there's a throwback Thursday to when he proposed, and then I still can't believe last night wasn't a dream. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Here's a picture from when I got engaged. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Here's a picture from when I got engaged. And it's like you can see these girls are crumbling mentally. It's like, how else do I get attention?
You know
how
what
do I
it
get
is?
likes from my aunts?
That's their moment. You know what I mean? That's like
I know.
There's
That's
a lot of women that's their dream.
You're right.
You know what
You're
I mean?
100%.
And some men too.
My friend Vin put it best to me. He said, Eric, you just did a show with 2,000 people. That's all this girl has. Yeah. And I'm not saying, I'm not comparing myself. I'm not saying that she should be ashamed. I'm saying do the work that makes you realize these are empty calories. You're just going to want more likes. Mm-hmm. You're just going to want to have to, now your kids photo shoot. Now, how many girls
That's a great point.
Post stuff?
Empty calories, yeah.
They post stuff, then they have they post their wedding ad nauseum every day. It's remember, I got married. Remember this? I got married. Then their husband and the wife disappear. They change their name to Madison's mommy, and it's just the baby forever. It's just like, and then by the way, we're also making announcements on Instagram that we had a baby after I already saw the picture. Like, my friend will put it. I had Sophia Ray. And then I get a fucking magnet in the mail of Sophia Ray, the picture I just saw on Instagram. So what the fuck did you post it for? What are you giving me the magnet for? I already saw this picture. Give me something I didn't see. Give me
some
a new
exclusive.
photo shoot. Yeah.
Give me subscription.
Or like it's just, and the thing is, I don't want to be a hater. I'm saying from someone who has really studied like why I feel the way I feel, why I feel embarrassed or jealous or empty or whatever. It's because we're trying to get these feelings that can only be nourished by behavior and self-reflection through things. So it's like, I got the white BMW, I'm still unhappy. I got the Yankee onesie, I'm still unhappy. Because you haven't addressed the actual thing
onesie.
That's bothering you.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
I just feel like
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
But I know you said the name Madison. How do you feel about?
Which is funny because that's like a very Italian girl now. They have like these little, Carson and fucking Grayson.
That's what I was gonna ask. How do you
Grayson
feel about?
Scantanano or something like that.
How does this make sense? Where an Italian American family, let's say their dad or mom, Francesco and Concetta, now they're having Madison and Graysons.
You know what though, dude? My like I said, I'm fourth generation, so like when my ancestors came through Ellis Island, the main priority was to become an American. Yeah, it was it was to not speak Italian in the house. And to me that makes me very passionate about America and about their journey, because it wasn't to be proud. It's like, we're Americans now. We have to do and I think that that's beautiful. And I guess that's maybe part of it to like give them American names. Like my siblings all have really American white names because my last name's so long. And also, I don't know. I feel like that's the thing. I go back to feeling like a hypocrite, where like if I name my son Carlo, it's gonna be like, Eric, you like chicken wings. You're not this fucking acting like you're this like you don't
have kids, right?
No.
If you were, what would you name them?
I can't say that on a pod.
Yeah.
She's gonna disown you. Right
That's
now.
deep.
I
That's
know
deep.
how it works. I know how it works.
What's some names you like?
I have weird names, but I can't say. I have my list. But that's private.
You want to name like after Game of Thrones character, maybe?
Arya?
Sansa?
Arya Delisandro?
I tried that pilot 3 times. I can never get through that fucking show.
Really? I saw you make content about it. I thought you were into it.
No, I have. I feel like that helped because I was like confused. I got the notes from my friend Joey. Gave a summary, but
it's about dragons or whatever.
I don't like a show where I need a fucking. I've literally sat. I remember I had this argument at my nephew's birthday party or my whatever a couple years ago. My brother's friends who loved that show, and I'm like, look, tell me the truth. You know what that episode was about? He goes, well, sometimes I have to Google it after. I'm like, so you didn't fucking understand it. And people are saying like, doth thy brethren is nigh. I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's crazy.
Like, come on.
Yeah, that's foreign language.
Just give me, oh shit, the king's here. Don't say, like, they'll say something. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I have no idea what's going on in that
What do
show.
you enjoy for entertainment? What's your go-to?
When
you're not creating your own content.
I'll give you a second. By the way, this is Sabino's Mogi.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty solid, right?
I think a little more blonde in there, maybe.
A little more, yeah. This is a couple years ago.
A little more red.
Yeah,
It should be a little more red.
White Rick Ross.
I've gone that before.
Rose.
What do? I don't know. I play the guitar. I play the piano. I'll watch like series maybe. I don't even know what the fuck. I haven't really watched anything in a while. I don't like anything that's popular, and that's not because I'm a hipster. That's because I'm jealous that I can't get into it. When everyone was watching Game of Thrones, I was jealous. I'm like, I wish I could like this. I wish I could be like a normal person and watch what people are watching. It's very fun. Communal viewing experiences are great. When you're watching what everybody else is, when you watch the Knicks, oh my God, everybody's going crazy together. It's fucking beautiful. It's like a religion. So when everybody's watching, did you see this? I'm like, I don't know. I have never seen I've never seen any Avengers or any of that shit.
I thought you were gonna say a Bronx Tale.
No, Bronx Tale is one of my favorite movies. That's one of the things where I have to like apologize after we say I'm like, look, I'm not a typical Staten Island. I do fucking love a Bronx Tale, but you know,
it's a good movie.
My family's more of the Robert De Niro, I would say, in that movie where
father figure,
or just like the mafia is bad. Yeah, that's a very tricky thing with Italians too. As Tony Soprano is staring at me, like I don't know.
We shouldn't glorify it.
I don't know if they know this, but like the people on like where I come from, the Italians think Tony's a hero. They don't understand the subtext. They think it's like that's how you gotta treat the fucking
the rats.
That's how you gotta treat him. It's like this guy is a criminal murderer. I don't know if we should be liking him. I don't know if you're supposed to like him.
Yeah, we got an inside joke because in Howard Beach, everybody's like, he's a fucking rat. Everybody's a rat.
I mean, nobody likes a rat. I would never rat either, but I think it's funny when you go to like I don't know, you'll see first of all fictional characters, but you'll see like Tony Soprano with like John Gotti in like this black and white thing you won at a fair, and like it's like this is a weird thing to be like. A lot of the Italians, I don't know if have you ever seen The Offer?
No, I heard about it. It's the Godfather.
It's fantastic.
Godfather movie. Show, right?
It's about making.
Making a Godfather.
It's really good. I wish there was more seasons. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Giovanni Ribisi kind of sucks as he's not intimidating to me. He's supposed to be Carlo Gambino, but
I gotta rewatch. I saw like one episode and I couldn't get into it. Like what you were saying about shows, I can't get into shows either.
What do you watch? What do you like?
So I do watch Game of Thrones. I've watched it.
That ended like 10 years ago.
I know, but I watched it like 3 times, and now they have a new one.
Oh, really?
It's the first season just ended.
It's about
What are you
toilets.
talking about?
Game of Thrones.
The Fire Dragon?
Yeah.
That's
House of
That's
Dragon.
not new. That's
House of Dragon.
That's like 2 years ago.
You like Harry Potter?
No, but they say it's similar.
I can't get into fantasy stuff. No. That's my problem.
Yeah. I said the same, and when Game of Thrones was out the last season, I watched the 6 seasons before the last season came out.
You got to binge everything.
And I binged. That's
the only way
my
you'd be
problem.
into it. Yeah.
Is if I get into a
I
show,
only watched the last season and I enjoyed it just
That's
fine.
crazy.
Yeah,
That
we
don't
watched.
make sense.
We watched a couple episodes like
watching
a
last
Sunday.
season of
Yeah.
Sopranos. How could you do that? It makes no sense. You can't do that.
You know what it is? I think from just appreciating how well it looks on screen, like they see like the graphics and
Look at that.
watch it. Look at this fucking dragon.
Look at
over
that
here.
dragon.
You sound like my dad.
Yeah, but it's true.
This guy's lit a fucking fire over here.
Look at this dragon over here. You know, like, for me, that's what I enjoyed is seeing it be super low budget to being the biggest budget there is. You know,
I feel like people say that when they don't have anything else nice to say. When yeah, you know, when
they spent a lot of money.
I've noticed when like the album sucks, yo, bro, the fucking production on this album went crazy. All right, say the guy
feel
can't write a
attacked.
chorus. I'm just saying.
No, but this is like when someone has a house that's a little gaudy, like the pavers cost a lot of money.
Yeah, nice fucking babies. Yeah, I tried, dude. When in my mind, it's a problem that I have. Especially you wouldn't think that because I love writing and creating stuff. But like when you play with the laws of physics, when they disappear, I can't believe anything. Every fucking Harry Potter movie is Harry Potter. Every Harry Potter movie. Something happens where Harry loses his powers. Voldemort's really powerful, and then all of a sudden, Harry, do the super secret spell, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, the super secret spell."
Why did I think of
And
it?
then he kills Voldemort. It's like this. Every fucking law of physics is just gone when you can fly and make things disappear. It's like, it's like there's nothing at stake. You know,
Spoiler alert.
Ron, I don't even know if that's the end. Yeah. I just feel like when they played chess, I remember one of them, they played chess. In one of the movies, they played chess and they're getting killed, and then it's like, oh, I remember. There's only 3 minutes in the movie left. Let's kill the bad guy, and what a fucking
You're gonna
shock.
piss off a lot of Harry Potter
Like
fans.
Rocky, but give me real. Don't just call me a pussy because I have a man bun and don't just give me actual evidence as to why it was high stakes. Rocky. Spoiler alert, if you never saw Rocky, if you're watching this podcast, I doubt that. But
Exactly. You're in the wrong place.
he loses. Like, that's a fucking cool ending. It's like, whoa, okay, a boxer could lose.
He lost one time.
He lost
right?
in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that was fucking great. And then if he wins, it's not that crazy of a thing. It's only just boxing.
Yeah.
But like when you're giving me dragons and
Just don't like sci-fi.
and
You're not a
wolves.
fan. Yeah.
like
Do people give you shit about the man bun though? For real?
How long? I wanted to ask you. I've been
Yeah.
dying to ask you. How long does that go?
So what kills me is I cut it for my wedding a year and a half ago. It was down to like here. It was really long.
Okay.
And then I cut it all off for my wedding. Now it's probably like here. I would take it off, but it's a nightmare.
It's a trademark. It's a trademark by now. Have you ever not had it? Like, have you ever had a fade like I have right now?
Oh yeah,
of course,
of course. Yeah, I had both earrings in, and come on, bro.
yeah,
I am
okay.
from Staten Island. After all. I have really thick, annoying hair, and believe it or not, the longer it is, the easier it is to maintain. Otherwise, I have to get a haircut every other day. I do feel like it is who I am now. I wanted long hair forever, and I had Catholic school, so I was never allowed to have it. And then the pandemic just, I couldn't leave, so it was just finally the time to do it. I do want to cut it though. I do sometimes want to cut it, but it's one of those things. You ever notice that no one cares about you the way you think people do?
Yeah, of course.
And then I'll read the one message that was like, "Oh no, you cut your hair," and I'm like, "Oh my god, I lost everything." So that's me. And no one noticed. No one gave a shit. But 2 people said something. One lady said something in Chicago. "What happened to your hair?" And I was like, I cut it, lady. And then I was just destroyed. Like, oh my god, what did I do? So even though no one gives a shit about me or would ever lose sleep over it, but I'm gonna cut it eventually.
So you don't like negative comments? Like it drives you crazy?
So no, I don't really get. I'm like, not to give myself a compliment, but I'm really confident in myself. I always have been. So if you say something negative to me, I just think, well, what insecurity made you say that?
Yeah.
So like if you're this kid sucks and you go on their page, wow, they also want to be a comedian. What a shock.
Yeah.
Like, so like where's that anger coming from? You know, and I've always seen it.
it's envy.
100% of the time. If some guys write this podcast sucks, they probably want to have a podcast and are jealous that you have a following. Most people who write, it's not that you have to like me or have to think I'm funny, but the fact that you went out of your way to say that, I think you're battling something that you're not being honest with. Everyone. Like, I've seen people who can't sing on TikTok. I don't say, you fucking suck. I just feel bad for them and I keep scrolling. The desire to write something. So that's what I think. I'm thinking like, well, I wonder why this person said what they said. They don't know that I can see the sad child that's in them. They think that their camouflage is working perfectly. Yeah. And I'm like, you're wearing the blue one. You're supposed to be wearing the sand one right now. And like, I doesn't know. I'm talking about like with the hair thing though, because I was already like, should I cut it? Is it going to be like, is it my trademark? Is it like, you know, it was just stupid insecurities that no one's thinking about me like that. But no, and I think that I kind of wish that everybody knew this. Like that old thing when little kids, they say like bullies hurt people. Mm-hmm. That's never not going to be true. That's always true. Yeah. People who say mean shit, if you break down that comment, they're just a sad kid looking for a hug. Like that, I always believe that. There's no one who's going to want to hurt. Why do you want to hurt someone else? Why would you want to hurt someone else? Because it's always a reflection of you. It's never them. It's always you. Why are you saying something like that? So that's what bothers me. I'm always like this. I wonder why this guy said this. It's not like, oh my God, are my jeans too tight? It's like I've heard that from my dad my whole life. It's like the.
But you do have to be thick-skinned to be on the internet, though.
Oh, for sure, bro.
I feel like our generation, especially, like we saw the boom of the internet,
Hell
so
yeah.
I think we understand it more. We're not as sensitive,
for sure,
as this generation per se.
Yeah.
So like, but if you are putting yourself out there, you got to be ready for
absolutely
all type of heat.
100%. I also think that maybe that's like a delusional ego on my behalf. That's probably incorrect. But I'm confident in my abilities. I know that I made this song good. I know that I can rap. So if people like, this guy sucks, he's corny, I'm like, Hot 97 reposted this. How bad could it be? You know what I mean? Like, so, and maybe, and I don't mean for that to sound like I'm full of myself, but I'm saying like in terms of my abilities, I know people like it. So if you write something mean, it's just like, well, what do you got going on in your life? Why are you doing this? And I've also been getting shit from my brothers and my society forever. So I feel like that it is important. Guys just bust each other's ball. I've been getting called gay my entire life. So like when people don't call me gay, I kind of miss it. I kind of like, I guess my outfit's not creative enough today. You know, like I kind of.
That's the most Staten Island thing I've ever heard in my life.
Nah, man, Staten Islanders would fucking, that's their nightmare.
What was like the uniform for all your friends growing up?
So
Cincinnati Reds hat.
I had a Cincinnati Reds hat, 100%. Only thing I can't wear, you know, no offense, I can't wear it. That's the only thing I've never owned is a Yankee hat.
You're not Yankee.
Well, he's a Mets
I'm a
fan.
Mets
Right?
fan. The blue, a North Face, the blue North. Sorry, I know it's
that's the one.
All right, you guys could have told me.
WD-40. I know, I wasn't sure.
Sorry. I would say, man, we had a great era, man. I actually was just talking about this the other day. I have all my swingmen jerseys still. I have all of them. I have my Dirk Nowitzki. I have my Lamar Odom.
Lakers Lamar Odom?
Lamar Odom on the Clippers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The Clippers. I have Paul Pierce. I got my Jason Kidd on the Nets. And I'm thinking like, I'm too old to wear these. I can't wear these.
You gotta rock those.
Summertime.
Shows especially. Hell yeah.
Can you? I don't know.
Do they fit you nice still?
Yeah. Oh, when I was 13, I thought I was in G Unit. They're all fucking huge.
Yeah.
Now they look great. I think actually.
Yeah, you gotta rock it during the shows, bro.
I would like to.
Especially if they have a show in Jersey, you rock the Jason Kidd.
I know. I actually want to do that. Yeah. So like that was my big thing. Was our era was all that. It was obviously Jordans. I had Bordeaux's. I just got rid of those.
The sevens?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have those too. Those are sick.
Did you have any Sean John velour suits?
Absolutely. I had a Rocco wear velour suit, which was.
Yeah.
I got that from Century 21 in Brooklyn,
Class.
86th Street.
Good deal.
Great deal. My scumbag brother got one his size too. I was like, I can't have anything nice. Yeah. But yeah, bro, I wanted to have like the Paulie D thing.
The blowout?
Kind of like all my friends from Staten Island, they were able to do it, but I have like thicker curly-ish hair, I guess. It's wavy. I never knew how to do it. So mine just looked like an afro. I had both earrings. I had the Nextel was part of your outfit, basically.
What ringtones did you buy?
How about this, bro? I was the best at making my own ringtones.
Oh, really?
I made them so dope that they would loop and you wouldn't realize that they restarted. Wow. Remember Diamonds Are Forever, the Kanye song? Close your eyes and imagine, feel the magic. I had that it looped. It was so good. So people would come to my house because I went to this guy at this place on Staten Island, this like big Jewish guy. He would charge $5 a ringtone.
Yep, I remember.
And I looked at his screen. I'm like, what is he doing? I could do this. So I don't know how the fuck I figured out how to do it. But I would, you made it on like you cut the like on like the Windows Media Player or something. You'd like cut the part of the song you want. I figured out how to do it. And I was like, I'm not paying this fucking guy, and I figured out how to do it.
Were you charging your friends to do it?
No, I'm not that kind of guy. My friend Matt would because he's a scumbag, but I would never. No, my friend Steve.
I was that kind of guy. No, I wouldn't. I used to make CDs for everybody. I was the first person with a CD burner. That was like such a big deal. I remember being like 5th grade in St. Cecilia's, and I would get even the teachers would give me a list of the songs.
No way.
And I was like, if you're a friend, $3. If I don't know you, $5.
You remember the guys like selling their mixtapes? Like, yo, $5.
Well, in high school, when I was a freshman in
bro.
high school, it was like, that's when I realized, oh my God, everybody has a CD burner because everybody was hustling like their mixtapes and shit.
Yeah. I was good with that was a fun, I remember the backgrounds you'd make too. Like I remember I put a Jordan one on my friend Steve's phone, his i730. And then I put like a Marvin Gaye song as his ringtone.
Could you imagine?
My friends were like quirky and weird.
Could you imagine having a Nextel now? How like chaotic that would be?
You know what's funny? Not only I just to piggyback what you just said, I was just thinking the other day, like we had such an explosion of that. Do you even have a ringtone now?
No, my phone's on silent.
So is
all the
mine.
time.
Mine's always on silent. Your background.
That drives me crazy though.
What?
How is it silent?
Yours isn't?
At least vibrate or something. You know?
I had a theory that the vibrate would make your battery die quicker.
I mean, probably.
I don't even know if that's true.
Nah, it definitely does.
But I'm also. It's also disgusting how much I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like
what's your
Screen
check
time.
Right now, what's your
my screen time? Oh gee, I don't,
My screen time is probably worse than.
I'm
How do I
on
check
yours too.
Well, I flew a lot in the
Who's
past
got the highest
month.
right here? What do you think?
Mine's probably gonna be the worst because I've been on planes for the past 2 weeks, and I buy the Wi-Fi. I just scroll TikTok for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how to check that.
I'm in settings
Just search screen time.
and the main thing.
Mine's gonna be real bad because, like I just said,
He doesn't want to show it.
I'll show. No, I'll show it. I'm just telling you, it's gonna be real bad.
How do you? I can't find that screen time.
Oh, here it is. It's right there. Daily average is 3 hours 46 minutes.
That's nothing. Oh my god. 6 hours 25 minutes.
6:15.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Where you go?
Just
Go to
screen
settings.
time.
Mine's so embarrassing. I don't even want to do
Damn.
it.
Wait, let's see it. Come on.
That's
three-
bad, bro.
3 hours is
bro.
nothing.
Screen time.
He's
You
gonna
think
lower
you're
it.
above 6?
You need to see proof.
Daily average 4 hours.
Wow, Rocco.
Well, I edit from my phone.
Rocco, what are you doing,
I edit
bro?
all the podcast clips from my phone.
But look, but
With
I'm
what?
down
Well,
60.
CapCut, and then I'll.
That's only Sunday and Monday though. What do I got to look up? The last month
Damn, I thought mine was gonna be bad.
week.
What's yours, Lee?
Oh my god.
Just settings, screen time. It's right there. 2 stops.
Actually, 3 hours. I'm proud of myself.
you don't even wanna
Usually
see-
I'm like 8 hours.
You don't want to see Friday for me.
Oh, you go to
Yeah.
you go
10
to,
hours.
You go to the 8? The day? I never looked at
I
this.
think a trick would be to start using the second phone to like.
Yeah.
Also, though,
Flip
you
it
know
off.
what? This is not fair. I'm a huge laptop guy still.
Yeah.
I'm. Do you have a computer?
Yeah.
So like, I'm always on my computer.
That's where you edit too on the
yeah,
computer.
yeah.
I don't like being on a computer because I'm like, like awkward. Like it's on my tip.
I also put it right here, so I was like, I feel like it's gonna burn my brajol, or
Yeah.
the radiation.
I have an EMF thing. We have little like
Amazon?
you
It
would
blocks it out.
You guys would rip us apart with the little things we have. I have salt in here.
I was gonna say that's gotta be some fancy water, right? Because you guys like, no Poland Spring here.
Don't give me anything.
Well, the microplastics. Seriously.
And he said he's not a hipster, by the way.
Well, okay.
You sure you don't want to move to Williamsburg?
LA changes you a little
What's
bit.
a
you know?
hipster? What is a hipster?
You could answer that one. I'll
What
probably
is a
say it
hipster?
incorrectly.
What is it?
All right, it's
I
depends who you
could
ask.
totally be considered a
Like
hipster.
if I call my dad up here and ask him what a hipster is,
Oh, he's gonna rip me apart.
no, I'm just saying if you ask him what a hipster is, it'd be like, I don't know, it's a yuppie, like
Yeah, that's what they used to call them,
like,
yuppies.
but definitely, you gotta order oat milk with your coffee.
Okay. I just stopped doing that.
Everything
But
organic.
I like oat milk myself.
Everything
by the way.
organic.
Here's the thing, though. That's a fun thing that I like to bring up with people because our diets are extremely hipster and bougie. People think, but it's healthy food. For some reason, Republicans and Democrats have made healthy food a democratic thing. I don't know why,
That's
but
great.
like if you say that, what are you, a fucking liberal? It's like, no, I just don't want pesticides.
Grass-fed beef. Nah, what are you, liberal? Come on.
Exactly. Grass-fed, so like a high-quality item
Yeah.
makes you vote for Hillary? Or what the fuck are you talking about?
That's actually really funny.
You must love Joe Biden because you have non-GMOs in your
Free-range eggs.
Bro, I swear to God, my dad came to my house. He had a stomach ache, and he didn't know that I could hear him, but he whispered to my mom. I swear to God, he goes, I had some of Eric's organic milk. And I was like, you might be the dumbest person I've ever met in my life. He thought that organic milk made him sick. And there's something, now there's a thing, people will laugh, but tomorrow, you're going to go right back to thinking that. All the listeners are going to be like, yeah, that is crazy. And then tomorrow, they're going to be like, what is that? What are you, fucking liberal? You got a fucking oat milk? So, by the way, oat milk is horrific now. Oat milk, a new study came out. Oats, 92% of all oats have this pesticide that can damage your unborn baby. It's very bad. Stay away from oats.
What about soy milk? Is the same thing.
Never
too.
had that.
Well, see, that's the problem, though. I love how we find this out
After.
with some time. So is it good for you? You know, I think that's where the whole question
How about this?
comes
You know
in.
how long you've been having regular milk?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Period. The people are against regular milk. We've been having it forever.
You're right. Yeah.
It's always going to be good. Anything that they did. You never hear about someone who wants to have a correction about something. It's like, well, if they did this as cavemen, how do you think this is bad?
So wait, what's your definition of a hipster then? Because then I'll give you my answer after. I kind of
There are things that I'm hipster adjacent. Don't get me wrong. But it's only like it's like, okay, if I see a guy wearing Jordans, is he a hipster? Like, or are they wearing some moccasin or something? Because
Moccasin's hipster.
What cancels out my hipsterness? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think guys should take out the garbage.
Thrift shopping, that's hipster for sure.
I love a thrift shop.
I mean,
I mean, vintage wrestling T-shirts I have. Come on.
Yeah. But that's fire. Like that's,
those
that's
are-
what I buy
those
too.
All right, what the fuck?
I bought a Stone Cold shirt with a hole for $200.
That's hipster.
I pay more than that. I have the blood original Austin 316. I think I paid
Sick.
$250 for that. That's the most I've spent.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
If you know, you know. All right. Before we go, I do want to plug in the stand-up, the special you put on YouTube.
Yes, please.
Talk
check
to
it
us
out.
a little bit about that.
I'm a little.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list.
Yeah, check
I was gonna
it out.
watch it last night.
I watch it now, and I wish I didn't curse as much. I was just nervous. But that's the only thing I'm like wishing I could have changed.
It's on YouTube and it's free.
It's on YouTube. It's free. You go to my channel. It's right on my YouTube channel. Or
If you
just
enjoyed this podcast, you have to watch that.
I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah. I'm also I'm on tour. I'll be in Peekskill this weekend. I don't know when this airs.
This will probably be on like 2-3 weeks.
Okay, so you guys missed the Peekskill show.
What's some May and June, July shows?
May, I'm in Patchogue,
Long Island.
I don't even know where I'm at. I'm gonna be at the Netflix is a Joke Festival May 8th. So if anybody wants to go to that, I have no idea where I'm going to be, and we keep announcing.
Well,
more.
we'll put your website in the description.
Yeah, if you want
right?
to come to a show, Avenel, New Jersey, May 31st.
Jason
June
Kidd jersey's breaking out there.
1st.
Yeah.
I should. You know,
That's
what?
a
I'm gonna do
Jason
it there.
Kidd
I'm gonna wear
spot.
that for you, Rocco.
There you go.
Atlantic City, June 29th. I just announced that.
Where's
Nice,
that?
nice.
What?
Hard Rock.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice big room,
Very
2
nice.
shows. That should be
Spend a
fun.
couple of dollars while you're there.
What? Lose a couple dollars?
Yeah.
Make a donation. You know, here you go.
Is it me or is gambling like really hot right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially sports gambling.
What's going on? Yeah, people love
Became
to-
legal here like 2 years ago.
Oh, is that why?
And everybody, used to have a bookie. Now you just go to the books
shit.
itself.
That's crazy. That
You know,
can't be
we have
good.
an inside joke. We call him Rocco promos.
Okay.
Whenever we're at a casino, he's like looking up on the app, like the
Yeah,
$15
'cause,
free
like,
play. You know,
Well, nah, that's like more than a pound special. Don't make me seem like a cheap bastard now. But like they'll give you like $150 in free credit. You might as well play.
I've done one of those with like
You know what I mean?
DraftKings or something. I got like the use my promo and
Rocky promos, cuz.
Yeah,
No, I'm not like that. Like, yo, sign up with my code now. I'm not gonna do that. But hey, if you want to
They
sign
paid
up,
me and I don't
that's me.
gamble.
That's me with Robin Hood to get free $5.
Getting those
free
fucking-
stock. Yeah, you get a free
Yeah.
share, right?
Listen, you make money, I make money, we all win. You know?
Yeah, you tell this to 3 people, they tell the 3 people. You know,
I mean, and I got like the worst stock possible from it. Like Chesapeake Energy, like 2 cents a share.
yeah, give me
Right on,
get
brother,
Tesla,
right on.
bro. What are we doing there?
No, but Eric, I
hilarious.
gotta ask you, being a
Yes, sir.
comedian, right? This is a question that I have for a lot of people, but I want to hear your take now. when you scroll on your phone, do you genuinely laugh at videos?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm such a tough critic. Now.
Let's see.
It takes
what
a lot
was I
for me to
just?
laugh.
You know who this kid is? His name is Jason Scoop. I
I've seen
don't
him.
ever laugh at Trump impressions because everyone does them. He has me dying laughing.
Yeah.
He did this one. He's on Cameo and he's doing Trump if he's doing like your a cameo for Mother's Day, and it's just so good because
He's funny.
a lot of impressionists aren't funny. They're just really good at doing the impression.
as the voice.
He's both. He's the best Donald Trump I've ever seen by far. His mannerisms are unbelievable, and he's really funny. That's one recently, but usually it's like
He does that elevator stuff too. Where he's like, "All right, awkward questions in an elevator."
Oh, really? I never
You
saw
never
any
seen
of
those?
those.
Yeah.
No, but I saw.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
He does a good Bill Burr. He's someone recently that I thought was really funny. But normally it'll be like shit that like normal people, like not comedians,
like stupid things.
a guy falling off his ladder or something like that.
Like things that hurt you, make you laugh. Like
Not too hurt. I'm also one of those pussies where like I feel bad. I can't laugh if I know they got hurt. I'm thinking everybody's laughing. I'm like, this guy could have been paralyzed.
What the?
Yeah. Also with comedians, I'll be like, fuck, that's good. I
Yeah.
won't laugh, but I'll be like, I wish I thought of that, or something like that. Yeah, you know, or
Honestly,
like,
I could see that. Like in the podcast game, I see somebody mention a topic that.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Why didn't we think of that?
100%. Yeah, you can appreciate
Well,
it.
inspirational too, though. You know.
Oh, for sure, dude.
You
No,
need
listen,
a little bit of that.
nobody owns really anything.
Yeah,
You know, I think that there can be like, obviously, yeah, you can steal shit word for word, which has happened to me. But like,
It's so whack and corny.
ideas. That I did this church reading thing. It's been stolen from me so many times. Where I did a reading I was like a Staten Island woman reading in church, like a reading from the Book of Paul.
Yeah, I saw that.
Amazing.
It's been stolen. That thing's 12
Was
years
the
old.
audio or
People redo it,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like they act like they don't even change.
God said, the Son of God
They don't,
says,
they don't even
I seen
change
that
the
video.
words. A reading from the Book of Mark. Jesus, come to me, my brothers and sisters. They don't even change it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's this generation. TikTok influences like plagiarism. I hate
That's
to say
weird
it.
to me. Yeah, they don't. It's like, well, why are you doing it?
Well, it's literally trendy to
Copy somebody though.
like do a voice, not voiceover, but like try to do someone's like
Yeah, like that's
word by
fine.
word.
But like, bro, you're literally copying. Like when Eric's church is reading, that's crazy. So do your own video and copy
It was-
word for word.
but that shows how good it was, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, yeah, that's how you see it. I'm just fucking furious over here.
Well, let's have some lunch. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna make him now. Breast-fed prosciutto doesn't exist.
Oh
Organic
no,
chicken,
please. No,
organic
okay.
grilled chicken,
That's the thing.
broccoli
I'm
raw.
not one of those people who won't have it. Like, forget when I'm somewhere, I go for the fucking. I was just in LA. I was having In-N-Out at midnight. I'm not that annoying.
Yeah.
I just try to eat clean. But that's the thing too. This is not a dietary restriction. You should also eat the way I eat.
Yeah, it's just better. It's better for chemicals.
I mean, yeah. Look at the physique difference
yeah.
between all.
Look at the bonds.
No,
difference.
that's not why. It's the same food. It's just the one that won't be
Pesticides,
inflammatory.
yeah.
There's no pesticides. Off camera, I'll tell you because I'll get crucified if I mention anything else with the theories around some of these chemicals. But it's something we all should be
#woke.
worrying about. I think it's.
If
I
this
think
kid
it's
moves to LA, he becomes a.
no, it's considered anti-woke. I would say the woke crowd would come for the jugular, but you know, because they're so tolerant. They will. You disagree with them, they'll behead you in public because they're the tolerant ones. But yeah,
Is there anything you wanted to plug in before we?
I had a great time with you guys. I feel like I could have done another
Pleasure.
3
We
hours.
We did it too.
This was a long time coming. This one.
Yeah, for
We've
sure.
known you
man.
for years. I
Yeah, thank
feel.
you guys so much.
Virtually, of course.
Hey, thank you
but-
for coming.
Yeah,
all the
please
way
come
here.
to a show.
Yes.
I promise. Yeah, I think you'll have a good time. I think my stand-up is better than my stuff online, or you might leave completely disappointed. But
There's only one way to
I
find
will.
out.
I will
though.
have had your money by then.
I'm actually gonna look at your calendar and we'll go to a show. Too.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
anytime,
absolutely,
guys.
bro.
Of course. Let me know how many
Yeah.
people. Just
Thank you so much, Eric.
Bonne notte.